Okay, here we are, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, Chapter 7, The Trader Edge, Thinking in Probabilities. Let's go. So guys, what I learned in this space is that about casino and trading, it's similar. Like for example, the casino, they know the pattern, but the outcome is unknown. Basically, what I mean is, for example, in trading, we have like bunch of strategy, bunch of like things we use. Like for example, we can see here a trader. We use different kind of thing like Bollinger Bands, RSI, or bunch of bunch of things, bunch of things to put our, like in gambling, the known variable are the rules of the game. In trading, known variable from each individual trader perspective are the result of their market analysis. This collective behavior pattern can be discovered, identified by analytic tools such as trend lines, moving average, uh, oscillators, or retracement, just to name a few thousand of these that are available to any trader. Like basically, trading is the game of probabilities. Like each people, thousand, millions of people across the world, we have our own edge against the market, own understanding of the market. You can't understand the market because market is all the time, market is changing and it's becoming different. Like if we go back in the hundred years when people didn't know like SMC or ICT, people used to trade based on information. And just as we saw in last chapter, that a famous guy, who had successful firm, powerful firm with lot of money, he just showed that a analysis and nothing works in the market. Because if a person next to you who has more money than you and he just says sell, and he has power, he can crash the market. So basically, the market is game of probabilities. And like no nothing strategy works. The strategy is just our edge against the market, like how to put trade. For example, you have saw a lot of people, like a lot of women trading with trend line. Like if we think trend line is the most noob noob thing you can do. Like it's a beginner, like noob player who can do, but they are winning hundreds of thousands of dollars just based off trend line strategy. Like each of us how has our unique edge against the market, and whatever way, if it works, you have confidence, you don't show any fear in the market, you go there with no emotion, you put that trade. If it's your edge, if your edge is simple as possible, if it works, it works. Like a lot of people, they study ICT, SMC, or they study further ICT. Like they go deep in those ICT bubbles, but they still can't figure out. Like there are people with 9+ year knowledge of ICT, but they are still learning because each year ICT is different, new year version. People who didn't even study that much, but they had good discipline, good mindset, and strong will, they won. Like those who wasted 9 years learning, those who wasted 2 to 1 years learning, that same level of the money. So it's basically how you think in the market, probabilities edge. For example, I have seen a lot of people make big money. Like most of us, most of retail trader, we trade each day, we trade simple trade, small trade. But the big retail trader, what they do, they trade twice a week, twice a month, or one time a month, a good trade, like large trade, and they win. They, like I have seen, in if you go to like gold chart, you can see that each month gold gives huge win probabilities, like it can go huge up and huge fall. If you can catch even one of those moves, it basically makes your whole month. So why don't we focus, instead of taking multiple trades a day or multiple trades on week, one trade in a month, like one simple trade and take the whole, like month worth of profit. Here is the good message. Quite the contrary, our mind causes us to perceive what we know, and what we know is part of our past. Whereas in the market, every moment is new and unique, even though there may be similarities to something that occurred in the past. This means that unless we train our mind to perceive the uniqueness of each moment, that uniqueness will automatically filtered out of our perception. Like this is like basically in this chapter, in this page, what is trying to say is that mastering probabilities is more difficult because our mind don't naturally process information in these manners. Just as I said multiple times, market each day is new, changing, everything is different. Like the way market used to move back in the 90s, 90s or 19, it was way different. Like market had you could like use the probabilities and everything to make to put your age, and your age had more higher chance of success. But now market is new, everything is new, cause of AI, cause of algorithm, cause of a algo trading, so many kind of different form of trading. Market is new and every day it's new, and it performs in a unique way. The, the back in the days it used to move this percent a day, now it's whole big drop like this, or up move. It's crazy. The market are getting more and more volatile. By the way, chow USD is the most volatile market I have ever seen. Like it can move like 20 to $30 in matter of minutes. And that's it, bro. Like Guys, let's read this part. I think it's important. Your They crave the sense of certainty that analysis appears to give them. From your On the other hand, why do you think unsuccessful traders are obsessed with market analysis? They crave the sense of certainty that analysis appears to give them. Although few would admit it, the truth is that typical trader wants to be right on every single trade. He is desperately trying to create certainty where it just doesn't exist. The irony is that if he completely accepted the fact that certainty doesn't exist, he would create the certainty he craves. He would be absolutely certain that certainty doesn't exist. When you achieve complete acceptance of the uncertainty of each edge and the uniqueness of each moment, your frustration with trading will end. Furthermore, you will no longer be susceptible to making all the typical trading errors that detract from your potential to be consistent and destroy your sense of self confidence. Guys, that's for today. Trading in the Zone, book by Mark Douglas, up to 86 pages, 7 pages in total. And the way the everything, like I'm reading this book for days and days right now. And it's basically changing how I think trading really is. But because like for example, if a normal people enter a trading world, financial world, like for them to naturally learn this thing about mindset and human nature and emotional control, they have to do trading for years and years of losses, painful deal with painful emotion, psychological pain. They will be in trauma, and most of them will either quit or they come but they still lose. They figure out the emotion, the way to control. But if a noob person who doesn't know trading, he comes and if he read this book with absolute discipline, with everything certain, I can say this with my whole confidence that he will gain the knowledge. The mental control is the important thing. He will know the mental control of a trader who has been doing trading for 5 to 6 years. You will gain that knowledge basically by reading this book. So if you want to read this book, you got bunch of PDF, audio books. You can even watch this video of mine where it can where I, for example, sometimes I explain each pages what it's trying to say. This series is becoming hard for me, but I don't care because I am loving the process of having to work this really hard. You guys may be thinking, like, what is this guy talking about? Like, why does he say that it's so hard? For example, let me explain. To prepare the video, to prepare what I'm going to say today, it takes me 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes is nothing. To record the video, it takes, normally my video is 1 hour and 30 minutes, but it takes me 2 hours because I sometimes throughout middle of video I pause and record, pause, and like I read the if I read a chapter, I read it again and pause. And later comes the editing and exporting part. I edit the video. I post 3 video plus a short each day. But I post short in TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, 3 videos plus in YouTube, three, four, five, six, seven in total in different platforms. So basically, I am wasting 10 hours of my life in this, but I don't care because I love this process. And right now, it's just day 9. Think about it. Like right now, at day 9, I am having this kind of progress. Think about in day 100, day 200, day 300. I'm so excited about the future. Like I don't care if my friends are out there playing football or going swimming. Right now it's hot outside. Most of my friends are in beach hanging out, or they are going like party with to get a girl or to blast themselves. I don't want that kind of life. I don't want to live later in my life to think, how am I gonna earn money? Today I earn measly salary of 1,500 euro or 2,000 euro. You know, like I don't want to think like that. Instead, what I want to do is I want to work hard as possible up to 20, 22 years of age, and later live with complete freedom. I don't want money. I want freedom. The freedom comes from having money. So that's why I'm giving 10 hours of my day in trading. You guys really want to learn trading, and if you really want to success in this thing, most millions of people want to enter trading just because they saw the amount of money people are making. but you don't see the emotion, the thing that they went to 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 earn the money in trading. Like, you don't know. Like, my friend don't know that I am wasting 10 hours of my life, 10 hours day here in my room, recording, video editing, putting in different platform, caption, everything. It takes 10 hours. But I don't care. My sleep habit is fucked up. Like, I sleep sometime at 4 or 8 of morning. Because editing took too much time, and much more. I have like old ass PC, need just export really slows. But I don't care, because I know, I swear to God, like, if I make, I know that I'm gonna make it in trading. Once I become successful, if those people, the day one, I'm gonna be complete unknown to them. I will block every single people I know throughout my life, every single friend. I will only I will only be close with my families. I don't have no friends. I don't care about friends. Life is short, and friend doesn't matter, because even if you're gonna be with one friends, there are typically more friends. I don't want to be friends with people who doesn't have mindset, who doesn't have will to do something. Instead, they are focusing their mind on girls, party, and to blast themselves and babe. Fuck that, bro. Like, instead of doing that, I'm I'm taking my time in this thing, because this is gonna be worth it in future. I'm gonna think in future, all this 1 year of pure discipline and consistent. I just gave 1 year of pure discipline and consistent. Look what I achieved. I will be proud of myself. I really want to look forward in the future and say I did it. And same way I think of you guys. If you really want to make your life better, if you want that financial freedom, instead of having to work 9 to 6, 9 to 5, 9 to 8, if you want to give your mother and father good life, someone you want to good be have live have them good life, work, bro, work as it you haven't seen tomorrow. Like, I am not a normal teenage person. Like, I have family business. I help my parents. I don't go party. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Like, bro, if you really want to do something in your life, like, step aside party, women, and drinking and smoking. These things are the baddest thing that you're gonna do in your life. This will ruin you. This will make your life worse than a hell. You're gonna think in the future, why did I do this thing, instead of trying to take advantage of your free time that you have in your teen life. The best time to do something is when you are teen, because you have the most free time that anyone could have. Most people, they don't realize that the amount of free time they have when they are teen. Instead, they think, oh, teen life is to enjoy yourself, go party, go do all this dope shit. No, bro. Teen life is for you to make a career, a path, a, a thing for you. Like, it's time, it's the age to develop yourself instead of ruining yourself. All the subscribers, all the viewers I have, please, if you're watching this day and night, trading in the zone, do it. This is all my mindset. Like, if you really want to do, and by the way, no woman, because woman takes your, they will distract you. I swear to God, they will distract you so much. Instead of trying to make your life best, they will distract you so much that you will never think of trading. You will only think about that woman. No woman. Party is the, like, dumbest shit I ever seen. Party, you're out there DJ and dancing, bro. That's the most trash shit I ever saw in my life. Why are you fucking party? Why do you drink? Why do you smoke? All the things you are doing are drug addict things. Like, alcohol is no dope. It is not dope. Basically a drug. A drug. a drug to keep you in the matrix. I know most of rich people they drink alcohol, but they drink because they make it in their life. Instead of drinking in the youngest, they were building their career, their path, and when they make it, now they are enjoying. But you guys are enjoying when you don't have anything, you know? Instead of enjoying, you should build something, a legacy. When you are in your deathbed, you can think, okay, I really achieved something in my life, and you can die peacefully, you know? So y'all need to be understand this. So that's for today, day 9, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas.